Welcome back to my Mental Health and Crime channel. My name is Huda London. This is the case of the Idaho 4. This is all my thoughts, my opinions, and my speculations only. This is not the facts. I like to start by paying my respects to the 4 victims. May they rest in peace. Condolence to the families, and may the correct justice be served. Hopefully one day. This is the house, I believe it's 1119 King Road. That is important for me. This is where the figure, the person, the blurry figure we saw running, came out from the door at the corner on the right-hand side. Pay attention to how close this house is to Jack D's house. And pay attention to the parking place. You can see in between these 2 houses, you can actually climb up the hill and you're on Willenter Drive, if I'm not wrong. The suspect or suspects could have just stopped there. They could have come down the hill and left the same way. I personally believe a lot was done by foot. Koberger's car was there just a couple of minutes. It wouldn't have been enough time for him to have unlived 4 people in such a horrific manner. He stabbed Santa 50 times, over 50 times. Kaylee over 30 times. Maddie and Ethan 4 times each. It's close to 100 stab wounds. It had to be someone with rage, anger, somebody who's been in the house before. And obviously, you'll know this is not 1122 King Road. Before people come in my comment channel saying, this is not the correct house. I'm aware that this is not the house. But this house is as important. Because number 1, this house has a doorbell camera. This is the house where all the activities were going on. There was a white car parked in front of this house. People were hiding behind the dumpsters. The figure ran this way. So was the figure running after the white car? Or was the figure running to Sigma Chi Fraternity? Is my question. Now, what I find strange is Sigma Chi Fraternity is on this side. Right opposite this road in Taylor Avenue, a black truck is parked there. Is it the same black truck that was seen driving from King Road side, coming down Taylor Avenue and passing by the undercover cops and Banfield boys at 3 a.m.? Or was that DM, his father's car, allegedly, or Quinn Kelly, her boyfriend, his father's car? That black truck is important for me because the tripod, it's strange that they never mentioned the tripod up to now. Why did they take down the comment the tripod owner left on Facebook? I don't think they wanted us to see that. The black truck that I'm talking about is parked opposite Sigma Chi. Shout out to JLR investigates. Here's the black truck. Could it be the same black truck? It does look like it. My dear subscribers, what do you all think? Could this be the black truck that the tripod recorded outside 1122 King Road? The tripod also recorded a female, a blonde female, yelling hysterically and running from the sliding door towards the front of the property. And this black truck, if it's the same black truck, was parked right outside King Road, 1122 King Road. If you'll remember, that black truck had big wheels like this one. It did look like this black truck. JLR did this recording, I believe, somewhere in December, a couple of weeks after the unalivings. So if this black truck is still parked around the area, I don't believe it's DM's truck. I believe it belongs to someone who lives in the area. And the reason I believe it is the same black truck is look at the wheels. Do you remember that big black truck was long behind and it had wheels like this? So could it belong to one of the Sigma Chi fraternity boys? Or someone who lives in this area? But what were they doing up there? So this is where Eva lives. Saeed said he lives in this white building too. He pointed out towards this direction. I wonder if Joycey lives here. And Emily. I really believe they live here. Because the last pictures of the surviving roommates, the 4 victims, Ethan, Joycey was in it, and so was Emily. They all were taking pictures in this building. You can clearly see the wooden steps. And Everwood lives there too. Are they trying to tell us that they didn't hear any yelling, tables being knocked over? Because nobody was unalived in their sleep. And I remember they checked only 3 dumpsters. Why didn't they check all the dumpsters? Showalter could have actually taken the weapon with him. He was the only one who left town that day. But then we have David Lodge, who allegedly flew to Scotland. That's what he was saying on social media. He said, don't worry, I won't be here any longer. And Lodge is anyway, was he from North Carolina or South Carolina? One of them. He wasn't even from these areas. I really believe all the yelling and screaming we were hearing in Linda Lane could have been coming from in front of the house or up the steps. Do you all remember the 4 figures came running and they passed by this house in front of us, the short house, because the lights were on, and that's how they came on the body cam of the police. But nothing was done. Strange. Was Molly, the DoorDash driver, driving a car like this? Is that David Lodge's white pickup? Or Jack D, allegedly? But I know many people do drive white pickups. Pickup truck. Linda Lane. Quite strange, it seemed quite dark that night. Was every light put off on purpose? These people heard the screaming and nobody bothered. I want to give out a big shout out to Anand Singh Eyes. He's a YouTube creator who's done some clips on Linda Lane too. A good subscriber of mine sent me the link. And thank you, it was quite interesting. Would advise everyone to see it. Do you remember I showed y'all this social media picture of Ryan, Jack K, his friend? They look like they were at the grub truck too. So these people have K-bars. Remember that. Rule number 1. Now Sigma Chi are making the rules. So Ryan is actually from the Sigma Chi. Interesting. Rule number 1, eliminate the biggest threat in the room. So that would be Ethan, I assume. So I think Ethan was the first victim. He seems to be carrying a K-bar, something sharp and pointy, in his pant pocket on the right-hand side. I love my subscribers. We do proper teamwork. One of my subscribers quickly went in and checked DEDLY, if he's been posting, Ryan, and he still has his Instagram, but he hasn't posted in a long time. And why would he? An active case is going on, and if these are the people who are in charge of the unalivings, obviously they know what to do. Sigma Chi Fraternity told us from the start. Do not use social media, delete everything, and they made sure they wiped out everything from 2018 up over on their Facebook, Instagram, and all their social medias at the Sigma Chi. There are so many red flags, and it all goes to the fraternities and sororities. That is the reason I never bother to distract my mind and take it out of Idaho, Moscow. I don't believe the people who did this came from any other city or state. I believe this was local business. This was college students who had plenty of ski masks, balaclavas, knives, weapons, and they had a dark mindset. I don't know if they were doing rituals or what they were doing, but these are not healthy people in the head. Ryan seems to be obsessed with this channel, Murd Drones. I watched a couple of episodes. These small creatures and images of these robots are so violent. They just keep on throwing weapons on each other. Very disturbing, very concerning. And I want to know where they got that mindset from. That's the reason I'm showing you what they were watching, what they were talking about so that you can get an idea that this is fraternity business, in my opinion. Pay attention to what Ryan wrote downstairs. That was on the 15th of November. Best weekend ever. So these were the things Anonymous actually told us about. On the 29th of November 2022, he told us to look out for Ryan. Ryan is important. And you can see what's written. Sigma Chi, rule number 1, eliminate the biggest threat in the room. I believe that's why they decided to slit Ethan's throat. They made the other victims suffer more. These losers were more comfortable in fighting with Zana and Kaylee. May they rest in peace. DEDLY says, am I proud? No, I'm not. No. Am I the tiniest bit sorry? LMNO. He loves watching Murder Drones. You'll need to go and check it out. You will understand what kind of a sick mindset these youngins have. They drew, this is Ryan, all Ryan, and he's from the Sigma Chi. And his friend, Jack Katovich, and David B. started the Venmos for $6. Is that Kaylee, Maddie, or Xana? The waitress. Who are they imitating? I think it's Maddie. Maddie had on such clothes on Halloween. The 4 glasses represents 4 victims. What is inside the glasses? This is sick and disturbing. David Lodge is social media. Anonymous put it up. You're unable to view this tweet because this account, I don't know if this account was deleted or banned. So this was David Lodge is social media. He deleted everything right before the crimes. And so did the rest of the Sigma Chi fraternity boys. Except David B, who was having a big loud mouth arguing with everyone online. So David Lodge is shelling someone online. I'll be on the plane anyways. Lodge tweets about leaving the country. Probably, yeah, I remember that part is cut off, but probably to, I remember Scotland it was, referencing to a sports game. David Lodge just vanished. Now I find this to be really interesting. If Saeed, is that Saeed? I believe so. One of the fraternity boys. If they had video cameras like that and they were recording, wouldn't it make sense that somebody was recording the unalivings and sending it around? Is this Saeed? I know there's one other guy that looks very similar to Saeed. He's got much fairer skin. Obviously, Saeed is from Oman, so he's Asian, and the other young man is a white boy. Just trying to differ the two, but they both have the same hairstyle. And y'all will remember the other guy that looks like Saeed because in one of the noise complaints, when the cops come during the daytime and they speak to Kaylee and Hunter, he's standing outside 1122 King Road. If you remember, I think it's that guy. Yes, it is that guy. So my question is, these people were recording. I always believe that 1122 King Road was bugged. There was cameras everywhere in the house without them even knowing it. Of course, DM and BF could have planted the cameras for them, in my opinion. I wonder if this was Queen Kelly who was seen outside the house with the ski mask at 3:30. Or was it David B? I found this to be shocking. David said that the Moscow police did not call him because he was not a suspect. And he has the audacity to say that he asked the police if they need help to call him. So these people have not been investigated. The police has never checked into them. But yet again, we were told that the Sigma Chi fraternity boys were under investigation. They were never investigated. David Lott left the country. He was always from South Carolina. He didn't hang around. Showalter left town. And then we have this picture of Kaylee allegedly in a bedroom facing a window, and they're recording, I believe, from the roof. The Sigma Chi fraternity. 4chan told us that. It can't all be a coincidence. You can read this. The OP 4chan, not this OP, then posted the dark photo at 3:09 and then titled it illiterate in the photo, which you can see in the links above. Then they posted a minute later of the one with the woman at 3:10, and it said, first step, the photos or original post, though I can't see it, allegedly were with coordinates or metadata. Where is these people's metadata? So these people are not going to share with us the metadata, but what did they actually do? Why haven't they investigated the fraternities properly? It can't be a coincidence that the picture of Kaylee says the timestamp of 3:09, and they did take a picture. What was actually going on? They had some sick thoughts, and David Lott watches some terrible stuff of clowns. Let me show you what his channel is about. Or not channel, what he watches. Because he spoke about it. It's too violent, so I can't show you all. Rob Zombie. These people were acting like vampires and monsters, allegedly. I showed you all what Ryan was watching. Those robots they had something like weapon saucers flying around. Could that have been what they threw on Katie's face? And David Lott is watching this. He even told someone in his post, why didn't you become captain? This is what David Lott was telling one of his Sigma boys, I believe was allegedly involved in this quadruples. He said, yeah, but you had the chance. You should have become Captain Spaulding. So I think the other person took another role. I've watched a couple of episodes. The most violent clown I've ever seen. He's just there for mayhem. Isn't this interesting? Look at the ski masks they have on and the costumes. Call me crazy, but the people who were hiding in the bushes in Banfield had on all kind of masks, like the monkey mask. This is where they were getting their dark thoughts and ideas from, in my opinion. Captain Spaulding. They were preparing, in my opinion. Please like, share, and subscribe. This is all my thoughts and my opinions only. I still believe the fraternities, sororities, and surviving roommates know exactly what happened.
What was the focus and the motive for targeting that one person? We don't know if it was any of the individuals that were killed here or the two surviving individuals. A grid search of this area just to clear it. I'm not saying that the murder weapon is back here, but primarily to make a determination if there's any physical evidence back here. Martha, this was a very gruesome murder scene, according to the medical examiner. According to the medical examiner, there was actually blood on the walls. And
According to the medical examiner, there was red liquid on the walls. I think that was what they were blurring on Dylan Mortison's wall. Her bed has red liquid, clear to see. And the initials J, G, and G are written on a pillowcase in red liquid. What's going on? In my opinion, quadruple birds breakthrough. Police zero in on University of Idaho Reserve Officers Training Corps for possible Rambo-style weapon. I wonder if Ryan is part of the training corps. I wonder who else is part of the training corps. They could easily get a K-bar, but we know everyone has a mask and K-bar in this college. I would like to end on this note. I find it strange that Bethany Funk did not come to the plea deal hearing. Why didn't you come, Bethany Funk? Where's your exculpatory evidence? Don't you have anything to say to BK, allegedly the man who took your friends from you? And I got a private comment today, this morning actually. Somebody in Idaho College said that Bethany was running out of the house, half undressed, and she was crying out, somebody has a large knife, large weapon. People in Idaho Moscow know exactly what happened. And this is not the first person who's coming on my comment channel, and this is no troll. I've heard about DM2 going around with the weapon, allegedly. These girls were watching Vampire Diary. I've finished all the episodes of Vampire Diary, so watch it when I was bored. And I can imagine the dark thoughts and ideas these people were getting from the Vampire Diary. You'll know they have these stakes, these knives that they use and all these things, these weapons. Where is your exculpatory evidence? And this is the second time I'm hearing BF, you were running out of the house. Not only the person who was a neighbor of yours saw that, and many other people saw you running and hysterically running and screaming. I mean, you were hysterically screaming, yelling that somebody has a weapon inside the house. So you did actually leave the house. And the reason I believe this person is not only is this the second person, BF, how about the tripod? The tripod wrote it on Facebook that a blonde young woman was running and screaming hysterically. So this can't be made up. What happened, BF? Who attacked the 4 victims? And you were at the party. You would have seen everything at the Sigma Chi fraternity. Guys, please like, share, and subscribe. Have a lovely evening.